Hey guys, it's Tiffany Harlick, and I'm here to give you the astrology forecast for November 20th through 26th, 2023. This is another one of those weeks that starts out good, and then kind of the energy crashes. So we want to be aware of some of the curveballs, and we want to be aware of the opportunities that are available for us this week. So as we start out, the sun will sextile Pluto on the 20th. And this is really about reinventing yourself, finding a new identity, become you, become yourself, and really feeling your sense of power. And so if you've never really sat in the power, there's this whole side of mediumship where there certain people really like to sit in the power, right? That's what it's called. And so you could do this, right? Like you could really drop down into your power center, which is more of your solar plexus, and really start to feel your information coming from your solar plexus, your gut health, right? And this idea that the sun representing our ego, our identity, how we shine, and Pluto making some big changes in that area. It's very primal energy. It's very much the idea of asking yourself what you want to do with the next chapter of your life. And so it can be deep and it can be beautiful. We also have a first quarter moon at 27 degrees of Aquarius on the 20th. And so you want to look back to what was seeded about 9 months ago to see what's pivoting. So Aquarius, right? Aquarius rules the future and robotics and AI. It rules our networks, our dreams, our hopes, our goals. It rules our civic clubs, our organizations, our social media clubs and groups, things like this. So what was going on 9 months ago that is ready for a little adjustment, a little there. The difference between a seasoned hairdresser and a new hairdresser is they both make a mistake, and one says oops and the other one says there. Right? So keep that in mind as you're doing your first quarter moon reflections. Mercury is going to trine Chiron. We love that in the metaphysical space, right? Mercury, how we think, how we learn, what we're understanding, in a positive position to Chiron, the wounded healer, the vulnerable side of ourselves. We're getting that aha moment. We're really understanding ourselves at a deeper level. Knowing what your natal Chiron placement is can do so much for you, right? To have the skies reflect back to you where your wounds are, where you're a little different, where you're a little nerdy, where you're a little outcast. We all have that place where we are small and vulnerable. And Mercury helps us see that and helps us overcome that. And so if all year you've been kind of beating yourself up in the mirror, this is the week when you can look in the mirror and say, God, you are beautiful. Oh, you are stunning. I love you. I love what you're doing with your life. I'm proud of you. I'm happy to see you. These are those healing affirmations, Mercury, really sinking them into our systems, really sinking those affirmations into our DNA, really believing all of the healing affirmations on the journey. So just listen to your heart, seek to understand, have the healing conversations, read your self-discovery books, things like this. Mars is going to sextile Pluto, and then the sun will enter Sagittarius. And so this is still just positive energy, fire energy, coming in hot, here for the party, here to be celebrated. Look for reasons to be happy. Look for reasons to be excited about life. They're there. Ask for the signs, and they're going to show up. Now, this is where the energy takes a little nosedive. We've got Venus opposing Chiron. And so right when I was saying yeah, you're beautiful, you're awesome, you're becoming your best self, there can be some doubt creep in. That's going to be normal, right? That's just normal. That's just human life. Venus and Chiron working together or working oppositely each other have an effect on our self-esteem. And so you want to guard against doing things that are unpretty, right? Like don't send the nasty text message, just pause, just stop, right? Don't send it out there. Don't say anything nasty right now. It's just going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you, right? It's going to make you feel bad, especially while the sun is square Saturn. So the sun squares Saturn on the 23rd. You might feel it come in a couple of days early. Saturn helps us with our study progress. It helps us to be dependable. It helps us to know where the lines are. And when the sun is in a challenging position to that, we kind of want to color outside the lines. We kind of don't want to do it the way that it's supposed to be done. We kind of want to rebel against what society told us, right? And this is a good reminder that it's not just that life is happening for us, not to us. It's more than that. It's that life is happening from us, right? And so this is a huge opportunity this week to redo your mindset in some way and say anything that you're seeing out there on Tiffany TV or on Alicia TV or on Brandy TV or on Kim TV or on, whoever TV, right? Your vision that's out there in your field is actually a reflection of something going on in here. So that Sun versus Saturn, that can be the ultimate sacrifice. That can be a giving up of your time, a giving up of your freedom, a giving up of your energy in some way to help another, to help an elder, to stop and listen to somebody that needs to be listened to that really isn't doing anything for you. It's a sacrifice in some way that ends up benefiting another person. So, this is a great time to make your health a priority. Chiropractic, bones, dentist, like teeth, things like this. The structures of our body are ruled by Saturn. And so this could be a great time to work with the bones and the teeth and any structures you have in your body. Mars squares Saturn just like the sun as it moves into Sagittarius. So Mars will be in Sagittarius starting on November 24th for the rest of the year. What's on your bucket list? What's on your travel list? Where do you want to go next year? This is where you just have that energy, but it's also very impulsive. So Mars helps us stay focused, but it like hyper focuses us sometimes. So, working with those travel bucket list items can help you get that sense of like freedom without necessarily having to buy the ticket in this moment. You can just plan it out because it's squaring Saturn. And so I know that probably things are going to get a little heated towards the end of the week. And for some people, bend, don't break. Be flexible, be adaptable. If you are aware that you are resisting something, know that you are in opposition to the spiritual law of non-resistance, right? So what can you surrender to? Where can you bend, not break? Where can you be a little more flexible? If dinner starts at 12, does it really matter? Are you just happy that everybody is in the same house? Things like this. Can you let things go? Does it really matter? Is going to be a good question to be checking in with. I hope we have a good sense of humor this week. Mercury will enter retrograde. So Mercury always enters retrograde before going retrograde. So there's a little like people are like, oh, is it Mercury retrograde yet? And it's like, no, it's not that yet. Well, it's kind of in that zone. Okay. So you're getting the tech glitches, you're getting the things that aren't quite making sense, you're getting the pieces of information that aren't adding up. So communication, usually like my printer goes crazy during this time. That's just me. But tech and car, usually like car issues. So if you, this would be a great time to make sure that you've got your oil changed, that you've got your battery up to speed. Like all of the things are taken very well care of when it comes to the ways that you communicate with tech and the way that you are in public transportation or your own vehicle. So Mercury will retrograde in Capricorn December 13th through January 2nd. And it will exit the post-retrograde shadow on January 21st of next year. So you want to go over your data a lot of times. You want to pay attention to the details. You want to get multiple passes on it. This is a time to edit, not to create new content. So these are things to keep in mind for the week of November 20th through 26th. So take it lightly, hold on loosely, take what resonates and leave the rest. It's my honor to serve you today. And thanks for being here. Namaste.